What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to the $10,000 EIDL grant stimulus update in 3 ways. It is Saturday, January the 30th, 2021. Please do me each favor. Give this video a thumbs up, hashtag EIDL with your comments below, copy and paste the exact title of this video, and don't forget to tag John Cornyn, Jackie Rosen, Ben Cardin, and your 2 state senators, and share it all over social media. And if you would like to be part of a $10,000 cash giveaway in the next few days, we don't edit around here. Congratulations, almost 60,000 subs. I ask that you do subscribe to this channel right now and make sure you hit the bell. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am happy, I am thrilled, through the grace of God Almighty, to report that all 4 surprise winners yesterday, when we dropped $2,000 of cold hard cash into the pockets of 4 people who got $500 apiece, they've all gotten their money. And 1 or 2 shared a story that was really tugging on my heartstrings in terms of how much the money meant to them and what they were in fact going to spend it on. So I am honored. I am thrilled. I am so grateful to be in a position, because it wasn't always this way in my life, believe me. I went bankrupt in 2008. I've been broke many, many times to the point where I couldn't even rub 2 nickels together. It was really bad. But right now I'm blessed, and my future, along with many of yours, looks insanely bright. So to the extent that we can give away $12,000 in less than a week is pretty miraculous, and I am honored to do so. So stay tuned. I'm going to launch another poll tomorrow or Monday in the same format, and I'm going to say, hey, if you want to be one of 20 winners that are going to win $500 of cold hard cash, answer this poll. I'll put it up tomorrow. I'll also have an embedded link. And before I give it away, anyone who's a regular subscriber and watcher of this channel will have a chance to vote. Put your comments below, and I'll select, like I did yesterday, 20 people at random. I may do a YouTube live. I may have to run a test to see if I got the right camera, because I don't. This is my iPhone, by the way. I've never edited. This is just an iPhone leaning up against a laptop. I got to test the quality of the live to see that I got the right stuff. If I do, I'll do it via live. It'll be a lot of fun. So I'm thinking probably Wednesday or Thursday, maybe late afternoon, 4 or 5 o'clock, maybe later than that, but I'll figure it out. I'll ask for your feedback, and we'll have lots of fun. All right. 3 ways that the SBA can get you $10,000 or the balance thereof. Way number 1 is Miss Isabel Guzman, who's replacing Miss Javita Carranza, can expand the rules of what low income means in Section 331. We all remember Miss Javita Carranza, someone I'd rather sue. I do not want to sue Miss Isabel Guzman, but we will have no choice. We've given them until March the 1st to clarify what's going on with respect to the emergency EIDL grant or Section 332. Because I will not stand for just low income, as much as I can appreciate that, getting the $10,000. It's low, it's middle, it's high. If you've been in the queue, over 9 million people that applied, and you've been suffering for upwards of 11 months, you deserve 10 grand or the balance thereof. And I'm not going to let them bullshit their way out of some politically correct ideology in an election year. Ain't going to happen. Ain't going to stand for it. So I'm giving them until March the 1st to clarify. So Miss Guzman can come out once she gets sworn in the next week or 2 and say, look, I'm using the same level of discretion that my predecessor did. Because nowhere in the original CARES Act did it say $1,000 per employee. That was her discretion, Miss Carranza. Nowhere did it say she had authorization to cap the loans at 150 grand when they're supposed to be $2 million. So she used her discretion to screw millions of solopreneurs. Many of them went out of business. Because 10 grand to someone who's got 50 employees is nothing. But 10 grand to a single mother or a hardworking dad who's got 4 kids screaming their head off in the other room, that's life-changing money. And the fact that she withheld the balance, the full amount of $10,000 really hurt a lot of people. And it's why I'm here today. And I will carry the torch all the way, folks, to the Supreme Court if I have to. And I know some of you think that sounds like a joke. It ain't. You are going to get this money. I will not rest. I will not give up. I will not take my foot off the gas pedal until you get your money. And if it means I got to sue, then that's what's going to happen. But she can use the discretion once they swear her in middle of February and say, I'm expanding the rules under the subsection of what low income means. Because here's an example. The simple version or definition of low income is if your city or town is 80% or less than your state median income, you qualify. So if your state's median income is 100 grand and you live in a town where it's 60 grand, you're low income, which means you're going to get an email in the next couple of weeks stating, congratulations, send us a tax return and or a bank statement, and $10,000 is on the way as long as you have less than 300 employees and that 30% economic loss. But what about everybody else? What about the woman or the guy who's at 80,172? You mean to tell me they're going to say to someone who's $172 over the so-called minimum threshold? So Miss Carranza, pardon the French, Miss Guzman, expand the rules. For example, anyone who's got a 50% economic loss, regardless of where they live, or even a 30% economic loss, regardless of where they live, you qualify. We've got $40 to $60 billion. People are saying 40 to 60 billion. So if 20 billion is in Section 331 for low income, where the hell's the rest of it? It would make sense that it's got to be sitting there waiting for middle to high income. But if it's not, if it's somehow 40 to 60 billion for low income only, even if they are going to open up the portal to new people at some point in the next month, then you got to loosen the regulations so that if you're close enough to the threshold or you've got a bigger economic loss of, let's say, 40 or 50%, you qualify, whether you're in downtown Beverly Hills or out in the middle of nowhere. The second way that the SBA could get every single one of you the balance of your $10,000 is to give us some simple guidance in February around the emergency EIDL grant in Section 332. At some point, Ms. Guzman has to come forward, not a director, the boss, and say, you're shit out of luck. We do not have the authority or the funding to give anyone in middle to high income the balance of 10 grand. Then the lawsuit's going to fly. I promise you that right now. If by March the 1st, she doesn't come out and clarify whether she remains radio silent or she says, we're not going to give it to those that was promised, for example, in S44227 or in the Problem Solvers Caucus. It was never a requirement that you had to be in low income only. So Jackie Rosen and John Cornyn, who I'm going to bombard over the next couple of weeks, how can you remain silent? Las Vegas and Dallas is middle income. You got thousands, tens of thousands of constituents that are going to vote your ass out of office if you don't fix this. Which brings me to the third way that they can get everybody $10,000 or the balance thereof. And this might be the best way, ladies and gentlemen. In this $1.9 trillion stimulus package that President Biden is working on, which is probably going to pass at the last minute before the benefits run out in March, put a simple provision in there. If you read the last bill that passed on December the 27th, it's over 5,000 pages. Many of them are just one-liners or a bolded one-liner with 2 or 3 sentences. So I got an idea for you, Jackie, John, Big Ben Cardin, my 2 state senators here in Georgia. Put in a subsection of the $1.9 trillion deal. Call it the Targeted EIDL Advance and Emergency EIDL Grants of Section 331 and 332. And simply clarify in a few sentences what is going on. You don't even have to appropriate more money. Sentence number 1. We launched the Targeted EIDL Advance on January the 15th in the amount of $20 billion. Sentence number 2. We anticipate launching the emergency EIDL grant no later than March the 1st in the amount of $40 billion or whatever the number is. Sentence number 3. Should the SBA get down to 25% of funds left available, as they said in the Lifeline grant of the HEROES Act, the SBA is to alert Congress for more money because this program lasts until December the 31st, 2021. That's all we need. We need times, dates, and amounts. And as long as Congress can put that in there, we won't have to sue. It'll suck if we have to wait until March or April or May if you're in middle to high income, but that means we wouldn't have to have a lawsuit, would we? But if Ms. Guzman remains silent or refuses to expand the low income definition of Section 331, or Congress by way of the new $1.9 trillion stimulus package, can't put some simple, easy to understand language in there that this is what 331 is, this is what 332 is, and when it's going to launch and for how much. And if the SBA gets down towards the end, so they can't use the excuse they did last year of running out of money, they're to alert the Congress for more money, and it'll be wired over or reappropriated like that. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, there is a poll coming out tomorrow or Monday for your chance to win $500, a total of 10 grand at least, will be given away. Until next time, always remember, I love each and every single one of you, and thank you so much for watching.